It's happening, and it's becoming more blatantly obvious. China is making a bigger presence in Canada. I made a video a few days ago. When China invades Taiwan, what side will Canada take? Canada will be forced to take the Chinese side. Why? Let's take a look at what's happening. Guys, don't forget to tune in to Mike in the Night 458 if you guys to have some time tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific time, Mike in the Night 458, only on Odyssey because we can't speak on these platforms. Okay, well, we just put up a poll and it's getting some traction from 26 minutes ago. I trust the science or God. Everyone's voting for God, of course. And there it is. True North is reporting from an article that was posted by the Globe and Mail. Chinese police establish stations overseas in worrying crackdown on citizens abroad. We actually discussed this about back in 2017 or 2018. Let's take a look. So this is what True North is reporting. China operating extrajudicial police stations in Canada. The Chinese government has set up unofficial police service stations connected to the Fuzhou Public Security Bureau, PSB, throughout Canada. At least 3 of the stations are located in the Greater Toronto Area, that's the GTA, according to the Globe and Mail. Throughout these extrajudicial entities located across the world, China claims that they will be able to crack down on international crimes. The police stations are set up to help Chinese citizens living abroad file local police reports and aid in other bureaucratic processes, according to Chinese state media. So we're not going to get into what the Chinese are telling us what they're going to do. I can just tell you what they're going to do, and we've been saying it here on the channel. Canada is now China. Chinese buying up the USA and Canada, looking for more investors to prop the housing bubble. Canada, get ready for more Chinese. This is rest in peace, park their money. There it is right there. Look, more people to park their money. Rest in peace, middle class. What else? China buying up Canadian gold mines. Wake up, Canada. China is wiping out our Canadian middle class, one condo at a time. 4 years ago, and look, Chinese government seized billions worth of Canadian real estate. Canada wants more Chinese, 500,000 per year, to help propping ailing housing economy. But you go on StatsCan immigration, it doesn't show that. But you walk outside to any Canadian major city, you see it. And China will own Canada by 2020. Free trade reform now, and there it is 5 years ago. This is just my opinion, but I think China will own most of Canada, or Canada will become an autonomous region of China. So there it is. Australia, UK, they're all affected. And no Canadian hires at Chinese-owned business 5 years ago. So if you think I'm making this stuff up, let me see if I could hover over it to play it. It's not, I don't know why it's not. I want to show you the video because I'm actually referencing it from actual facts. Chinese gangs laundering money and shadow flipping, destroying Canadians' futures. 5 years ago, Chinese gangs laundering money. It's not letting me hover over the video. It lets me that one. That one doesn't do it, eh? That's really weird. This is what's happening, and this is what we've been talking about for over a decade now. My first channel got shut down for this, where I was exposing the empty street, exposing the empty homes, exposing what was going on back in 2010, 2011 in Vancouver. And then I had to restart my channel, kind of restructure things and say things within guidelines so I don't get shut down again. Well, I'm heavily shadow banned. But anyways, this is how it's being, one piece at a time. The Chinese government is saying it's to help people because they said so. Yeah, and we believe the people believe it. And the people, it's just really good. Back in the 50s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, if you were tied to any communist affiliation at all, back in the States, they put you in a dark room, shine a bright light in your face, and start asking you questions. How do you know this? How did you make a contact with this? Are you a communist? Nowadays, it's just even people of grand stature saying, China's not communist. No, of course not. Of course not. And disproving what we're blatantly seeing happening in front of us, right? They need the Europeans in Canada to build the infrastructure. Now that that's done, they're just basically showing us the door or wiping us out. I'm telling you, they're going to be coming. They're coming for me. They got my number because they know I've been exposing this for a long time now. Not 2 weeks ago because Joe Rogan said so. Because we've been doing this for a long time now and breaking this down and connecting the dots across the Commonwealth. If you live in an English-speaking country, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.